What's up everyone, Erica here, and I'm back today with another video for you. So if you've been following me along, you saw that I am doing a three-part series, if you will, a full talk through of getting ready with me for a full coverage makeup look slash big event. I personally am not going to a huge event this evening, but I do need the most full coverage makeup. So I thought, let me just throw it all in and show you the whole shebang. So last we left off, I was showing you how to get this eyeshadow look and how to apply this very, very not moving anywhere wing liner. The next step is going to be applying my false lashes, and that's what you're here to learn, I'm assuming. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you in on what you're gonna need. So the first thing you're gonna need are your lashes. I would suggest starting out with a pair that you feel comfortable with. And if this is your first time, I would suggest the Ardell lashes are really good. My personal favorites that I tend to use on clients who don't usually wear false lashes are the brand Kiss lashes in the style Poise. As you can see, I got the 5-pack and I'm already down to 2. I personally wear these all the time when I want that extra oomph without being over the top, so I'm going to be using these today. The next thing you're gonna need is some lash glue, some lash scissors, and potentially some tweezers. The lash glue I've been loving lately is the Duo Brush On Adhesive in the shade Dark. It's very easy to camouflage into your eyeliner, which is what I love about it. So when working with lash bands as opposed to individual lashes, you're going to need to cut these. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't know. 9 times out of 10, unless you have humongous eyes, these bad boys are going to be too big for your eyes. I would consider my eyes fairly big, and these are still too long for me. So that's the first thing we're going to do, is cut these lashes. Something to note while your lashes are still in the case, the way that they're sitting in the case is how they are going to be applied on your eye. So this lash is going to go on my left eye. This lash is going to go on my right. It's very important to know because the way that the lashes are made, they are tapered on the inside. That way it looks just like how your lashes do. They're smaller on the inside and they extend out to the longest on the outer side. Also worth mentioning, when you're pulling them out of the container that they are in, always pull from the outside because that is where we will be cutting. The outside is not tapered to match your eye like the inside is, so we don't want to cut that specific part. So let's be really gentle when we're pulling this off of the glue that they're attached to, because they will come off and that's never fun, because then you'll be looking wonky with one missing lash. So what you're going to want to do before you apply any glue, this might have a little adhesive on it already. You want to place these where your eyelashes are going to go. And this is really just to give you an idea of how much you need to cut off. So if you can see here, this makes me look sad. This is kind of drooping over here because we know we need to cut it. So I'm taking a look here. And if you are kind of watching this and you're thinking, Erica, how am I supposed to know? I can't see. My best bet would be to just cut off a little piece, like the smallest piece, put it back on, cut, put it back on, and then just keep going until you think it's comfortable or you think it fits you perfectly. So since I already know how much I need to cut these because I wear these quite frequently, the best trick is to kind of just place them on your eyelash, and then if you can kind of spot it here, you can pinch your finger down on where, and you can cut right where that is. So if you can see, these lashes are separated quite nicely in little segments, so I'm probably going to cut them right around here. Another little trick that I want to share with you all is if you peeled off your lash and instead of looking curved the way this lash band does, if it looks a little straight to you, a good trick to do is take your lash and wrap it around your pinky finger. Again, this is without any glue on it. You're kind of just hoping that it's a little sticky from the glue that was attached to the box. And you're gonna leave it kind of wrapped around your pinky. This is just to give it some body and to make sure it's nice and curved so it lays perfectly on your lash line. All right, so here we go, you guys. We're gonna take our lash glue and I'm just gonna apply it directly to the band. Some of you might be watching this like, Erika, aren't you supposed to put mascara on first? That's totally a preference thing. I find it better to put mascara on at the end. It just blends them better in my opinion. Don't be shy. You don't want it to be clumpy with glue, but you definitely want a good amount. All right, so now that I feel like I've got a good amount of glue in here, I'm gonna let these dry. In my old lash tutorial, I said don't blow on it because it's germs. And that is true, that's a good point, because if you're putting these lashes on a client, that's kind of tacky that you're like, you can go like this, but there's always the chance of the lash slipping out of your fingers and you'll never find it again. So this is a very important step that I think a lot of people don't know about as well. You want to make sure that the lash glue is tacky. And if you've seen a tutorial or if you've seen a makeup tutorial at all regarding lashes, you might hear them using that term tacky and you're like, what does that mean? It just means that you want the glue to be not wet but not dry. If the glue is too wet, it's just gonna slide around your lashes. You want it to be a little dry to the point where it's on the verge of being dry and it's nice and sticky, so it's just gonna sit right where you placed them. All right, so here we go. Wish me luck. I'm going in for the kill. What you're gonna wanna do is place them smack in the middle. In the middle, and then this is where you could use tweezers if you wanted, and then pinch the other two to where they belong. What I like to do is I like to take my nail and kind of singe it to my actual lashes. It's pushing my lashes up against each other and you're really enforcing that glue. The other thing that I like to do is kind of run a finger underneath both my lashes and the false lash to kind of push them up and give them a little bit of a lift, but it's almost like I'm combining them together. Okay, so now that we've got one lash on, let's go ahead and apply the other. Again, I'm gonna pull so gently on the outside. And this is the exact reason we need to be careful. I pulled real hard on the end and you see how it's kind of like wonky now, but that's okay because we're cutting it off. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna apply the lash glue again. You definitely wanna make sure that there's plenty of lash glue, especially on the ends. I don't know what it is, but the end always seems to lift for me. Not so much the inner corner, but the one out here always tends to lift. And it's really hard to reapply lash glue once the lashes are already on. So if you can just get it right the first time, then that would be ideal. Again, this is where you could use tweezers, but I like to hold the lash here by the actual lash on the edge. That way it kind of gives me a little more control where I can place it. So here we go. I'm gonna put these right in the middle-ish and then reposition the tail along with the front. This is crunch time, guys. This is where you need to evaluate if that's where you want it. If so, if you want to move them, now's the time because it's not set in stone. All right, I think that's pretty good. I think that's where I want them. So now is my time. I'm gonna pinch them down, and then this is the time where I will kind of blend them again, push them together a little bit, and there we go. We've got our lashes. The last thing that I'm going to suggest you do, and this is just kind of insurance, if you will, is I'm gonna take my eyeliner again, just a very little amount. We're not really doing anything crazy here. I just draw a line right over the lash line. So here we go. It's just to make sure that it's nice and dark, that the lash glue did not disrupt that eyeliner. If you can see here, it's kind of light a little bit. It got a little light with the movement of the lashes. So applying a little extra liner isn't gonna hurt anybody. It's just gonna ensure that everything looks even and nice and clean. And it's just going to make your lashes blend with your normal lashes even better. All right, so the next step is going to be to permanently, not necessarily permanently, but you're gonna want to mesh these lashes together. So using your favorite mascara, I'm gonna be using my favorite, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous. This is in just Carbon Black. Blackest Black, I think is the shade that they like to call it. So I'm just gonna just apply mascara like I normally do. I'm not going to emphasize my mascara on the ends too much. I'm really focusing this at the base of my lashes just to make sure that everything is nice and combined. You definitely do not want to neglect this inner corner because those need to be meshed together as well. I just feel like adding mascara at the end makes them look a little more real because your lashes are seeing mascara for the first time and it's pushing them together, if you will. All right, and just like that, our lashes are on. Wasn't that so easy? All right, you guys, so that's gonna do it for this lash tutorial. I hope that it was easy to follow and I hope that it was helpful to you. I hope that you learned a little something new. Maybe some of my tricks that I mentioned in this tutorial were things that you've never heard before. This is not the completed look. I did do a full video, a talk through on how I do my most full coverage makeup, along with how I apply my eyeshadow and my winged liner. So if you're interested in any of those videos, please check the description box. I will leave them linked below. If you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new here. I make Disney content, mom content, makeup content, and if any of those sound interesting to you, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on further videos. Cool. As always, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back for the next one. Bye! Hi! Hi! Hey! Do you want me to put on some lashes? You want to put those on? Can I have this back?